And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. 4th down conversion plays. You usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run for the first time with James Cook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Bills had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To the air, Allen. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now the new pickup from New England. This is Damian Harris. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 7. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. it's 7-0 Buffalo. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. First carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
A nice carry by Jacobs, who's coming off a career year. Just when it seemed like Vegas may have been ready to move on from him. Led the NFL with over 1,600 yards and was more than deserving of his first all-pro selection.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Puna Ford with a tackle there. Here's 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. A short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
Getting gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
Here we go. 13.
Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll go down inside the 45.
Here we go.
2nd and 6. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the running game with Jacobs. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's the linebacker, Matt Milano, getting up and stopping him for a loss. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Bass on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I like the play action there on 2nd and short, partner. You try and convince those safeties you're going to run for it. Hit them with that play action, looks like a run, and then try and go over the top. Didn't work, but I like the play call.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
56, 56.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Allen. That pass is caught by Hardy. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, right around the 18-yard line.
It's 4th down.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down.
A 35-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here we go.
Now
Here we
they
go.
face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders.
Back deep for Buffalo is Nyheim Hines.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen going to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Staying on his feet. Flushed out right. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On play action, Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 60. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. and they get one here in the passing game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Hines now on the return. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here first and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. The open man here, Renfro. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hoyer. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 42. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And the Raiders first down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Hoyer. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
On second down, Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Hoyer. Crossing route, and he's got his man. It's Renfro. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. They're going to look to throw. That is caught. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Now back to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's Allen to throw it. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Cook following the penalty. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Allen. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Allen to throw once more. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Bass is good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied error. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit. That they rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. And at this point, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Cook up the gut, shifts by at the 15. He will push his way down to about the 14.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs.
Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
21 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2nd down and goal. Hoyer. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Alert, alert, alert. Look out.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Alert, alert, alert. What's that?
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, you've certainly got to be on your toes defensively when you're facing Josh Allen. He can hit you from any angle. He's got arguably the strongest arm in the business, and he uncorks a deep one here. But that one falls incomplete.
They'll run it. Here's Cook.
And he's going to have a Bills first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone